Welcome back, dreamers and believers in the enduring power of love. You have entered the sanctuary of anything you want, the only digital archive where we refuse to treat celebrity news as fleeting gossip. Instead, we view these moments as the chapters of a modern epic, stories of vulnerability, courage, and the invisible threads that bind human hearts together. Before we unseal the envelope on today's deeply emotional revelation, I invite you to anchor yourself in our growing family. Subscribe to the channel to ensure you never miss a beat of these unfolding human dramas. Press the like button to signal your presence to the algorithm, and for those who wish to be the true patrons of this storytelling art, I urge you to click the join button. By becoming a member, you are not just a viewer, you are a guardian of deep, investigative storytelling. Today, we are stepping into the most private and sacred space of a relationship, the moment a couple decides to become a family. We are talking about Hande Erçel and Kerem Bürsin, the duo that captured the world's imagination with a love story that transcended the screen. But this time, the cameras were not rolling. There were no directors shouting cut. There was only a quiet morning, a trembling hand holding a phone, and a conversation that brought tears to the eyes of two women separated by distance but united by love. Hande Erçel has made the call we have all been waiting for. She has dialed the number of Kerem's mother, Trembling Bürsin, to deliver news that changes everything. What was said in that emotional exchange? And why is the Bürsin family suddenly preparing for a New Year's miracle? Stay with us, here on Anything You Want, as we listen to the echoes of the call that cemented a destiny. To understand the magnitude of this event, we must first strip away the glamour of the red carpet and step into the quiet intimacy of Hande Erçel's morning. It was not a day filled with photo shoots or script readings. It was a day marked by a singular, momentous intention. Reports from the inner circle describe Hande as being in a state of nervous anticipation for days. She was carrying a secret, a beautiful, heavy, golden secret that she and Kerem had nurtured in the shadows. They had made a decision. A decision to stop floating and start building. A decision to take their relationship from dating to destiny. But for Hande, a woman who deeply values the sanctity of family, this decision could not just be announced, it had to be bestowed. She waited for the perfect moment. She waited for the frantic pace of Kerem's schedule to slow down, for the morning rush to subside, leaving a pocket of silence in the day. She retreated to a quiet corner of her home, perhaps looking out at the city of Istanbul waking up, and took a breath that went all the way down to her soul. She dialed the number of the woman who raised the man she loves, Trembling Bürsin. This was not a casual hello. This was a bridge being built between two lineages. When Trembling Hanım answered the phone, the atmosphere changed instantly. Even through the electronic distortion of the line, Hande's emotional state was palpable. Her voice, usually so confident and melodious on screen, was trembling. It was the tremble of vulnerability, the sound of a heart offering itself up for acceptance. After a brief, polite exchange, the kind of small talk we use to steady our nerves, Hande cut through the noise and delivered the news. She told Trembling that she and Kerem had made a pact. They were taking their relationship to the next level. They were done with the uncertainty. They would now be seeing each other not just as partners, but as a family. And to seal this promise, they wanted to organize a special, intimate dinner at the end of the year. A gathering that would serve as the ceremonial foundation of their future. This decision had been on the couple's agenda for some time, whispered about in late-night conversations. But they had waited. They had waited for the storms to pass, for the timing to align, so they could demonstrate to the world, and to their families, that this was not a fleeting summer romance. This was built to last. I pause here to ask you, the romantics of Anything You Want. Do you remember the moment you knew your relationship was forever? Have you ever had to make a nervous phone call to a partner's parent? Share your stories of bravery and love in the comments below. Trembling Bürsin's first reaction was silence. It was not the silence of disapproval, nor the silence of shock. It was the silence of a mother whose heart is overflowing. The joy she felt upon hearing the news, delivered with such raw emotion and sincerity by Hande, was indescribable. For a few seconds, the line was dead, save for the sound of breathing. And then, the dam broke. "You two are the perfect couple," Chidem reportedly whispered, her voice cracking with emotion. "Kerem is so happy. This decision touched me more than you can imagine." As the conversation progressed, the formalities melted away. It was rumored behind the scenes that Chidem Hanım was openly weeping, trying to stifle her tears of joy so she could speak clearly. But for Hande, hearing those tears was a balm to her soul. She had feared rejection, or indifference, or skepticism. Instead, she found a mother's embrace waiting for her on the other end of the line. The beautiful actress, who had long wished to strengthen her bond with Kerem's family, felt a physical weight lift from her shoulders. The anxiety that had knotted her stomach for days dissolved into relief. But the most unforgettable moment? The sentence that Hande will likely carry in her heart forever, came next. "I no longer see you just as Kerem's girlfriend," Chidem told her, "but as family." In that sentence, a girlfriend became a daughter. A relationship became a lineage. The repercussions of this phone call were not contained to a single conversation. They triggered a domino effect of happiness that rippled through the entire Bursin clan. After hanging up, both Hande and Kerem struggled to compose themselves. The emotional release was exhausting. Kerem, in particular, was stunned. He knew his mother loved Hande, but he was surprised to hear her so moved. Chidem Bursin is a woman known for her composure, a mother who has always been cautious and protective regarding her son's romantic life. She does not give her heart away easily. For Hande to have touched her so deeply was a testament to the actress's maturity and the purity of her love. Soon, the phone lines began to burn. Chidem Hanım, unable to contain the news, immediately called Kerem's father, Selçuk Bursin. The patriarch's reaction was swift and decisive. "Kerem has finally found the right person," he reportedly declared, his voice filled with fatherly pride. "The feelings are so clear. You can see it in his eyes." The news leaped across the ocean. It is rumored that close relatives living in the United States, aunts, cousins, the extended tribe, began sending messages of celebration. Kerem's aunt, in particular, made her intentions known immediately. "I want to go to the New Year's Eve dinner. I won't miss this opportunity." Suddenly, a private dinner had become a global family reunion. For Hande, the aftermath of the call was transformative. She confided in close friends later that day, her eyes shining with a new confidence. "It's the first time I've felt such a natural connection with a family," she admitted. Chidem Hanım's words deeply touched me. "I felt as if we'd known each other my whole life." These are not the words of a casual dater. These are the words of a woman who has found her home. It signals that the couple is no longer building a castle in the air, they are pouring concrete into the foundation. Rumors circulating in the deepest corridors of the magazine world suggest that the introductory dinner is merely the first step in a much larger master plan. Some sources believe this meeting is the soft launch of an engagement, a way to blend the families before the ring is officially revealed. It is said that Chidem Hanım has continued to text Hande frequently since that call, acting not just as a future mother-in-law, but as a mentor. "Don't push yourself, you're working too hard," she texts, offering maternal comfort. Some even claim she has shared stories of her own youth, telling Hande, "If you join this family in the future, we'll share even more things together." This story is a beautiful reminder that family is not just about blood, it is about who you choose to let into your heart. If you are moved by the bond between Hande and Chidem, please like this video. It helps us share this positivity. And if you want to support our team as we uncover these heartwarming details, hit that join button today. And what of Kerem? The man at the center of this love story is reportedly walking on air. He was so touched by Hande's initiative, by her courage to call his mother and claim her place in the family, that he couldn't keep it to himself. He reportedly told his co-stars on set about it throughout the day, beaming with pride. "My family truly loves Hande," he told them. It's such a peaceful feeling to know that. To celebrate this new chapter, Kerem has reportedly planned a short weekend getaway. He wants to whisk Hande away from the noise of the city, to mark this milestone in private. While the destination is a closely guarded secret, rumors suggest Kerem is looking for a secluded spot surrounded by nature, perhaps a cabin in the mountains or a hidden cove, where they can just be Hande and Kerem, the couple who are about to start a life together. The latest behind-the-scenes news regarding the end-of-year dinner is quite shocking in its detail. Hande Erçel has already gone into full planning mode. She is not just attending, she is curating. Rumor has it she is scouting venues for the reunion. Two options are on the table: a magnificent restaurant overlooking the Bosphorus, where the lights of two continents can witness their union, or a quiet, boutique spot frequented by family friends, a place that holds sentimental value. But the most touching detail? Hande wants to learn Hande's favorite dishes. She wants to order a special menu, customized to the tastes of her future daughter-in-law. It is a gesture of supreme hospitality and love. Hande is even expected to be consulted on the decor of the dinner. This is not just a meal, it is a ceremony. The phone call that started with a trembling voice has ended with the promise of a wedding feast. Hande Erçel and Kerem Bürsin have proven that true love is not just about passion. It is about the courage to weave your lives together, family by family, heart by heart. Hande's initiative to bridge the gap has created a bond that seems unbreakable. As they prepare for their New Year's dinner, the world watches with bated breath, sensing that the next announcement might just be the one that involves a white dress. Thank you for sharing in this moment of joy with us on Anything You Want. If this story warmed your heart, please share it. We are curious. Do you think we will see an engagement ring before the new year? Or are they taking it slow? Give us your predictions in the comments below. And finally, a reminder to click that join button to support independent, deep dive storytelling. Until the next chapter unfolds, remember, family is where love begins and never ends.